Well, hello, lovely people. Welcome to today's pick a card reading. Today we will be exploring a really straightforward question, and this is whether a person on your mind likes you currently or not. We'll try to get some details on what they're feeling about you at the moment. So pick one of the cards that draws you in, and let's see about that. Hey, a pile one. So the card that came up for you from the hidden cards is the Dolphins card over here with the message of playfulness and cooperation. So the Dolphin card, the keywords are lots of luck, joy and fun. This can come through friends, networking, family, or attracting good karma and energy with or through others. So, this is the first significator you got regarding the person that you are asking about. And from the other two cards, we have over here the Girl Talk with time with friends, moving on, happily single, living in the moment and having fun. And we also have the Full Moon card. So, with your three significators to start off with that, and we'll get into the tarot afterwards, about whether this person likes you or not currently. First energy, like energy of the moment, yes, but it very much depends on what you are expecting from this person. If you are asking about the type of romantic feelings, whether they have those for you at this point, I would say that there is the possibility of such a thing developing, but this is not where they are currently at. So with the Dolphins, like we said, this has to do with cooperating with other people, like being social, that type of thing. And also it brings this energy of playfulness. Like, it's not the energy of I am ready to commit. It's not the energy of I am head over heels, I am going insane, like I have to be with somebody or anything like that. With the Girl Talk, it is similar because we have the message of rather having a purely intellectual exchange, like speaking with someone about your life or what's going on with you, like having, let's say, disengaging conversation, the type you would with friends without any strings attached necessarily. It is also about having fun, and there is an aspect in this card as well as partly in the tarot that this person might be a little bit closed off right now because they are still not completely over something from the past. With the full moon, from the three cards, this can signify that they are moving towards a build-up of emotions towards you, because the full moon is the time when our emotions run high. But there is also an additional message of the full moon that this is basically the time when there is the least amount of darkness, so to say. So figuratively speaking, it is the time when it is easiest to see your inner problems, like your inner demons. They might be going through a phase now where they are starting to realize things about themselves, about their previous situation, about what they currently want. And they are probably cleaning out the closet, so to say, from whatever, like previous heartbreak, from personal issues they have and that they want to leave in the past, like shed like an old skin. But yeah, both are options, but either way, building additional emotions, feelings in this situation for this person will come through more and continuous communication and spending potential time with you so you can get to know each other a little bit better, but also just having time to let go of anything negative that's not necessarily serving them. With the tarot cards, we have the majority of them, so 3 out of 5 cards, we have in the reversed position. So again, we have this energy that something is kind of blocked. It's still not completely there where it would need to be in order to have like full-blown liking or, let's say, falling in love or anything like that for somebody. Even if this is not necessarily for a romantic partner, even relationship-wise on a friendship level, this person is still a little bit closed off. And yeah, it's giving me the vibe of something from the past. I mean, Granted, most of the time when we close ourselves off and when we don't want to interact with other people, it is basically because there was something in the past that left a mark with us somehow, and we need to still work through it. So we have the Knight of Cups over here, which signifies that this person is sort of in this stage where they don't know exactly what they want. They're also kind of disillusioned with reality around them and what has happened. Like, they probably do have romantic inclinations and so, but it's just that. It's like disillusionment. It's like, I don't want to completely try this again. Like, I am not in the best mood to go after things. Like, I am not completely open to be vulnerable, to show myself out there, to like do those type of gestures. We also have the Three of Cups reversed. On the one hand, it is again giving me the vibe that whatever connection you have going on, it will happen through social presence, not through pushing it onto somebody, not through constant messages, let's say about, hey, let's go out on a date or anything like that, but more so naturally, more so in your workplace, or more so at mutual friends' parties that you go to, like that type of energy. And again, this card, it can potentially signify having like a three-way relationship. So again, I feel like this person might have been caught up in something like that they're still working through. Or it can be just signifying of the fact that this is not a set relationship. Like, this is a person who is meeting a lot of people and who is communicating with a lot of people. And I would venture on to say that they are not particularly attached to anyone in particular. It is more so exploring your options and being sociable. But this is also because it came up in the reversed position. We have this aspect here that even in social standings, you might feel a little bit disillusioned. So there is this internal need to kind of pull yourself away and care more about you. So even in that, the social interacting socially with people is, again, doesn't feel like a top priority for this person right now. And to an extent, including you as well. That's why I feel like if something is going to happen here, it will take some time and not pushing it. We also have the Death card reversed, which can signify still clinging on to particular attachments from the past, like being not lethargic, not melancholic. I can't think of the particular word, but basically dreaming about something from the past which is no longer there, no longer serving. You need to let go of it, but you still have a little bit of emotional residue that you need to shed off in order to move forward. This person probably knows that they need to take that step, but they're just still a little bit fearful, like they're not completely decided where they want to go. Sometimes if we don't have a particular goal in mind also, this can make us more distracted and stuck in the past, just because sort of you don't have a new thing to chase. You maybe when they set their sights on a particular goal, doesn't have to be a person, it will help them to move forward. And this can be also, like, again, pertaining to you, that they're just undecided about their current feelings because they still have some things to go over. The last two cards basically signify the same, more or less, and I would say that time-wise, they would happen further along the line, like that would be the future, so to say. With the Three of Wands in the reverse, in the upright position, we have this person at a certain point when they have done enough research, when they have looked over their options, when they see where they came from, when they think a little bit also with the Queen of Cups, what they want internally, where their emotions and interests lie, and when they have also a little bit of mental and emotional clarity after they work on those past issues, then they would be able to decide on a particular direction and go towards it. But like I said, there is potential here for whatever type of relationship you are in with this person to develop into them liking you more, be it as a friend or a partner. Yeah, but it will just take a little while. It might be, since you are asking this, it might be that you are a little bit more eager right now than they are, just because they are a little bit more closed off and have other things going on that they need to take care of. But yeah, I hope that was helpful, Pile 1, and all the luck with this person. Hey, Pile 2. So you guys, from this deck over here, you got the Pearl card with the keywords hidden and gem. To start off with that card, the Pearl symbolizes joyful news. If you are single, a pearl is a sign that you will meet someone who will respect and cherish you as their most valuable gem. Pearls can also represent unexpected gain and something hidden that can be revealed as a treasure. So, starting off with that card, that is quite positive. But looking at the other two significator cards that I pulled for you, as well as the tarot, what I have to say about this person that you are asking about, I don't necessarily get the vibe in your reading that this person is currently thinking and mentally engaged with you. The tarot cards themselves, while these two cards will get into them, they can be interpreted towards some type of relationship. The tarot is not giving me the vibe at all that you are on this person's mind. Now, I say that generally, regardless of whether you are thinking about them as a romantic interest or a friendship interest, I just assume that probably most of you are asking romantically. But either way, that's, if I have to say one thing with the highest amount of certainty, would be that the most likely scenario is that this person doesn't think about you all that much right now. I think they are occupied with other things in their life. Now, regarding your relationship, what I would say I see as a likely scenario, with the girl with a snake card over here, with the messages empath and narcissist paradigm, being charmed or used, enable and boundaries. And with the Chiron is the so-called wounded healer in astrology. So the idea with Chiron is that where he is in our chart, we have some type of core wound that we sort of can't heal in ourselves, but we can heal in other people, so to say. And it is more or less our life's work to also fix that within ourselves, but it is the sort of, yes, just that you are very familiar with a particular problem and wound, and you have the capabilities to help other people in that situation, but you are kind of blind to your own healing, so to say. Now, the other thing is, with this empath and narcissist paradigm, based on the other cards, I can't necessarily say that this person that you're asking about is a narcissist. Granted, I am biased towards that word because oftentimes nowadays on the internet we use narcissist for so many people, when oftentimes people are just regular run-of-the-mill assholes, or sometimes also we are just a little bit too sensitive about people and we overreact. So I wouldn't go on to say that this person is necessarily narcissistic in your relationship. You might potentially experience it in such a way because they are not necessarily showing any type of interest, I feel like, at this point. With the Chiron, there might be such a wound going on with that as well. What I see as the most likely scenario, because this is also not the question that we asked about whether a relationship is likely to develop or anything like that, just purely going off of wondering whether there is like liking with this person or not, I would not say that this is sort of the goal with your relationship at this point. The cards are not, like I said at the start, they're not giving me the vibe that this person thinks about you all that much. They might be instrumental some way in your life in order to overcome certain wounds or certain beliefs you have from the past, let's say with the empath and narcissist paradigm. Let's say you were in the past in such a relationship, and maybe this person will somehow open your eyes in that regard. But even in that case, like, there is currently at least nothing super specific that signifies that this relationship needs to go in a certain direction. I don't really see any evidence in the tarot that it is necessarily either negative or positive. Again, we did not ask that. We are purely focusing on whether they like you or not. So that would be a question for another day. But yeah, the most simple answer is I don't think they think about you. I think they are focused on other things. We have the Page and the Queen of Swords. Both are sort of in their own world, doing their own thing. The Page is exploring new things, they are learning new things, they are engaging with ideas, they're having fun mentally, so to say. The Queen is strategically planning things for her future. She is up on the mountain alone, like no one can get up to her, like she is not necessarily interested in having a conversation at this point. We have the King of Wands, who is also very determined, like going after his own things. We have the Two of Pentacles, who is kind of, he has his, or she rather, he has her hands full, she is juggling things, she is on the brink of not being able to take care of her responsibilities and all of that. And we have the Fool, who is just sort of happy-go-lucky, wants to see where life takes him, wants to have fun, wants to experience new things, like isn't fearful in trying things, but nothing that necessarily speaks about emotions, nothing that necessarily speaks about relationships. Yeah, just that, a focus that is put onto something else. The spotlight is onto something else. The only thing, I guess, that can sort of hint towards any type of possibility here with the Pearl is that something hidden develops over time. Sure, but even in that regard, it's just giving me honestly the vibe that rather this person will be someone who you disregard and go over and decide that they are not interesting to you no more, and afterwards you will find that other person who is potentially that Pearl signified at the start. That's what I feel with your reading. It's kind of short and disappointing, but yeah, 100% not giving the vibe that there is any interest currently. Whether, like I said, the other options are iffy just because they came up as additional messages, whether this relationship with this person would be a good or bad thing can go either way. It will just kind of depend. And yeah, pile 2. I would say that regarding the liking question, the most important part is that for the time being, I don't think you need to put in effort towards anything. You can, while you are interested in this person and in some type of relationship to them, you can continue being around them and seeing where these things go, whether there is a hidden gem somewhere, whether there are issues to be explored and gotten over that would then unlock new potential, whether this person is a narcissist or not, or whether they would help you to get over previous negative tendency you have. But yeah, that's kind of up in the air at the moment, but definitely nothing, no super specific attraction at this point. Yeah, I hope that was not all too disappointing. Yeah, let me know, and I wish you all the luck. If not with this person, then with the next one. Hey, pile 3. So, for you guys, from this deck came out the Snake card with the message of desire and attraction. And it is interesting, the imagery on the card, how the snake has wrapped around her. So good. Starting off with that card to get it out of the way. The snake says, someone is attracted to you in a sexual or physical way. When dealing with a snake-like person, you don't know which way they will go. Sneaky person who may be hiding their motives. Beware of people with hidden motives. This is the general message of the card. Besides that, the other two significator cards that came up for you and this person is the Runner, this one over here, with Runner in a codependent relationship, fear of intimacy, listening to ego, and the Taurus card. Now you probably know the sign of Taurus. It is quite the sensual sign, let's say, very focused on the senses, very focused on physical pleasure, whether through eating, through beauty, through like touch or whatever, smell, blah, blah, blah. Now, just starting off with those significator cards, definitely the question of whether this person likes you or not, they like you. Maybe mainly on a physical plane, not to say that they don't like you as a person or anything like that, but that's not the focus. The focus is definitely that they have desire for you and that they are very focused on that desire, at least in the physical aspect, let's say it that way. Now, based on the tarot cards, and I have to say similar to Pile too, we have asked just the question of whether this person likes you. We are not asking where this relationship will go, what their motives are, like anything like that. So it is sort of open-ended in that direction. Based on the tarot cards that came up, there isn't anything that suggests that this person is bad or that they will try to hurt you or in any way that they are some type of cold reptile. So that's that. Now, still, it is always worth it to have your guard up a little bit when getting to know people, because you never know whether someone will be indeed a snake or not. But what I'm saying is just don't let that part of the message discourage you necessarily from seeing where things can go. With the Runner, what it's giving me the vibe that this person is that they are sort of hot and cold. I feel like they are sort of closed off. We had something similar in Pile 1. They are sort of closed off, potentially because they buried some type of seed in the past. They were waiting for a certain type of result that didn't manifest. And now they are going through the motions of letting that go and opening themselves up again to the world, to love, to whatever. It's just that something that hurt their ego in the past is still stuck with them. It doesn't necessarily have to be a relationship, because the reading sort of also emphasizes the potential of more earthy matters, more like pentacle energy, more like, let's say, work projects failing. Anywho, as I was saying, I'll have to cut that part out either way. Yes, with this person, the thing that failed in the past, it's not giving me the vibe that it was necessarily a relationship, maybe just something in their life that they're not proud of. Maybe they wanted to be financially better than they currently are, but it doesn't really matter in the context. The idea is that they have a little bit of a push and pull dynamic where they might want to pursue you, but also might have something holding them back. I think there is potential for them to move through that. They have realized, not realized, that's not the correct word, but they have started to let go of whatever thing didn't work out in the past. They are starting to be okay with it. And the idea now is that they just have a little bit further to go in order to make an uncomfortable transition. And it will be that, it will be uncomfortable. They have to put in a little bit of effort in order to move towards a better place, in order to feel better about themselves and to potentially explore something of a relationship with you. The promise here mainly comes from the Two of Cups, like this card over here. I think there is potential in this. I think they also realize that potential and see it in you. but it's just a little bit of tweaking, of finding their balance in order for them to be able to let someone in and truly start to build something. So pile 3, I mean, if not anything else, I think that they would be good at least for the physical aspect. So if you're interested in that, you can absolutely go and pursue it. I think there is potential for more than that. But again, it's just not without its hiccups, so to say. Like I said, similar to pile 1, we have the little bit of a hiccup energy that this person is not completely ready, mature, or whatever for deeper feelings, that they will need some time to move into that direction. But there is the promise here of that happening. It's just that, yeah, working a little bit more through it, being okay with uncomfortable emotions or uncomfortable moments of transition. And yeah, if they go through that, if you also want to deal with that, there is potential for something to develop. So yeah, pile 3, let's leave it at that. I hope that it was helpful.